Hi guys, Tina here, and I wanted to do a really quick, hopefully, video because I'm seeing so many of my clients living from their heads and not their heart, being consumed like a hamster on the wheel with patterns, programming cut off from their body. And it's familiar because so much of my life has been in that place. And there are still times that I have to check myself and literally stop, slow down, breathe, and be still and listen. And it could even take quite a few minutes. So I want to just title this, Letting the Mind Take a Back Seat. Sometimes if we have a title or if we have some kind of visual, it can help. So we live in a world, right, where it's constant doing, doing, doing. And I've been reflecting in my journals lately of how much doing is keeping me away from what I actually desire. In other words, all of this doing and planning and thinking, even if it's unconscious, on autopilot, I'm missing God's voice. I'm missing God's grace because I'm so caught up in what I need to do. Sound familiar? Because this is what I'm seeing with my clients. And I could even feel it in an email, the way that they ask things or whether they want an appointment. There's this urgency. And when that urgency is there, that program is coming up to the surface. And if we don't drop in to breathe what that brings up for us and are willing to feel, to transmute it, it comes up and it goes back down. It comes up and it goes back down. Why does that happen? Because we're resisting the moment, or we have a coping mechanism, and or we're so caught up in the doing, the routine, that the nervous system takes over, the program takes over, the ego, the small self takes over, kind of all saying somewhat of the same thing. And then where is God? Where is love? Where is there the higher leading you? Where is there the space, the silence, the stillness, which is where God is? And if we're not entering that space, that quiet, then the ego and the programs are running the show, and that's not a good thing. So many people say, "Oh, I can't sit in stillness. I can't meditate. My mind goes crazy." Yeah, that's what it's going to do. And if you don't take the time to sit, even in little increments, to watch the thoughts so they can transmute, to watch the thoughts and breathe into them and feel so that they can dissolve into wholeness, then those thoughts are the hamster on the wheel that never get off. And then it's incessant, no presence, no life, no divinity. And that's when illness, disease, discord, unhappiness, depression, anxiety, fill in the blank. That's when all of that happens. So this is just a wake-up call. Where can you slow down? Some people say, "You don't understand. I have kids. You don't understand. I have," like, if that's going to be the excuse, then you're fighting for your limitations. There's always time, energy, and presence to bring to what is true. True. The divine you is the true you. The ego, the doing you, the incessant planning, thinking, that's the humanness, but we're not just human, we're also divine. So my intention for this, because for me, all of the doing led to a life-threatening diagnosis, let's not have it come to that. That's my path. And it had to be that way. And I've learned and grown so much. And in the space and gift of healing and recovery and silence and stillness and all of the human stuff to kick and scream through, when those patterns come back now, it's palpable for me. And it's like, oof, slow down, get still, breathe. God, go before me. Body, heart, I'm listening. Be guided by love, be guided by truth. It's the same thing. Mind, you're going to take a back seat because I'm going to put a timer on my phone, and for 5 minutes, sit and feel and breathe and watch. And when you do that, you start to train the mind rather than the mind training or living you. And in the beginning, yeah, the mind is going to be crazy and it might be really uncomfortable. In fact, if you're not doing it on a regular basis, it'll be really uncomfortable. Are you willing to sit in the uncomfort and breathe so that it can be transmuted, so that you can come into wholeness? And if you make this a practice, even 5 minutes a day, you will see it starts to get easier. Once you watch the thought, you're not attached to it. Once you breathe into the feeling, you're not connected to it. It can move. If you're not doing those things, it's just building layer upon layer upon layer, creating the denseness and the stuckness that you're trying to get out of, and then it's a vicious cycle. So rather than say, I can't sit in stillness, I'm willing to sit for 5 minutes and watch my thoughts and know that I am not them. I am willing to sit for 5 minutes and open my heart and know that the I am as me is the love that is the space where these thoughts are transmuting. And then you get to uncover the higher you that is there, the love of you that is waiting for you to be still and breathe and listen and feel. So sending you so much love, and yeah, let that mind take a back seat, open that heart and say, God, love, go before me. I'm listening, so that you're not missing out on God's voice, on the love of your soul that is just waiting for your attention. Peace and blessings.